Are you being manipulated without knowing it in your old age? What if the most dangerous thief in your life doesn't wear a mask or break through your door, but smiles sweetly and says they're here to help? Pause for a moment. Let that question settle in your chest like a stone dropped in still water. You see, manipulation in old age doesn't scream. It whispers. It doesn't storm in. It tiptoes, cloaked in kindness. And for many older adults in America, it's already here, quietly unraveling independence, finances, emotions, and identity, one silent thread at a time. What if I told you that the very people who claim to protect you might be gently pulling the rug from under your feet, and you don't even know it yet? If you're over 60 and still value your freedom, your mind, your voice, this is not a warning. It's a wake-up call. And I promise you this, by the end of this article, you'll not only see the signs, you'll know exactly what to do next. The silent theft of independence. It's okay. I'll handle it for you. Imagine your autonomy as a warm, well-lit home. Now imagine someone slowly dimming the lights, one bulb at a time, until you're left squinting, unsure where the door even is. That's how dependency risk works. It's not sudden, it's subtle. Take Mr. Clarence, 74 years old, once a proud Navy mechanic. Now retired, he's physically fine, but his daughter insists on taking over his appointments, bills, and even conversations. "Just rest, Dad," she says. At first, it felt loving. Now he can't remember the last time someone asked his opinion. This isn't support. This is soft control. "Don't worry about it, I've got it," may sound harmless, but over time it becomes a prison of good intentions, one where your decisions shrink and your voice fades. True elder care means empowering choice, not erasing it. If someone else is calling the shots more than you are, it's time to pause, reflect, and take back the reins. Financial exploitation, the most polished crime in the family. You've worked hard. Your pension, savings, maybe even the home you paid off in 1982, these are your legacy. But then come the phrases, "Didn't you say I could have that? You won't need it much longer." Meet Linda, 69, a retired librarian. Her nephew needed a little help. He borrowed $5,000, then $20,000, then took over her accounts just to streamline things. Months later, her savings were gone. That's not love. That's elder fraud. From pension theft to asset fraud, the modern scammer wears many faces. Sometimes it's the sweet nurse. Other times, it's your own child. And with one forged power of attorney, your control can disappear overnight. Generosity is not consent. Protection is not paranoia. Your financial story deserves a safe ending. Never feel guilty for guarding it fiercely. Emotional manipulation, when love feels like pressure. Let's talk about feelings. Manipulation doesn't always take your money, it can take your peace. It wears a mask of affection while quietly planting seeds of doubt. Maybe it's your son saying, "I guess I'm just a terrible child when you ask for space," or a caregiver sighing, "I do everything for you, and you don't even appreciate it." This is emotional abuse. It doesn't shout, it sighs. It doesn't slap, it shames. The result, you begin to question your right to say no, to speak up, to feel safe in your own home. Mental manipulation steals your confidence until you stop trusting your instincts. If love comes with guilt, conditions, or control, it isn't love. It's a cage with velvet bars. Isolation, the fertile soil of vulnerability. Here's a hard truth. Loneliness is not just sad. It's dangerous. Meet Gloria, 80, living alone since her husband passed. Her only regular contact? A friendly neighbor who started handling her groceries, bills, even her phone. What started as kindness turned to control. Senior isolation opens the door to manipulation signs, because when no one else is around, one voice becomes gospel. Ask yourself, who checks in on you? Out of love, not duty. Do you feel comfortable disagreeing with someone helping you? You are not a burden. You are a beacon. Stay socially lit because the darker the room, the easier it is for thieves to move unseen. Cognitive vulnerability, when memory becomes a target, you forget a password, a name, an appointment. It happens. It's part of life. But for manipulators, these are openings, cracks in the armor. This is how dementia scams, cognitive scams, and memory fraud work. An advisor steps in. Let me handle it all, they say. But behind the scenes, they're draining accounts, rewriting wills, and isolating you further. Science confirms cognitive decline increases elder vulnerability, but only when predators are present, and they often are. Forgetfulness does not equal helplessness. Your mind is still yours. Let's keep it that way. You're not powerless, you're just beginning to wake up. What if, right now, you're standing at the edge of the best chapter of your life, one where you see clearly, one where you say no without guilt, one where your money, mind, and heart are truly protected? Because here's the truth. Elder empowerment is not a buzzword, it's a revolution, and it begins with awareness. You've lived long enough to know what real love looks like. You've earned the right to question, to set boundaries, to stand tall, even if your back aches while doing it. You are not alone. You are not weak. You are wiser than ever, and your wisdom is your sword. If you're still reading this and these insights have struck a chord, I want to hear from you. Share your story or even just a "I'm here" in the comments below. Let's build a community where elder rights, senior support, and aging empowerment aren't just words, they're a way of life. Click that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. Your support helps us keep creating meaningful content that protects and uplifts you. Now take a deep breath and let's move forward together. Cognitive vulnerability, a silent target. Let's be honest, aging brings both beauty and challenges. You've earned your wisdom, you've walked through storms, but now someone may be watching, not to admire your resilience, but to find a crack in it. That's cognitive vulnerability. It's the quiet moment when you forget a password or struggle to remember a name, and someone steps forward saying, "Let me handle it." Meet Mr. Harold. He's 79, a former school principal. One day, his niece offered to manage his bills. She was kind, trustworthy, or so it seemed. Within months, she was withdrawing large sums, redirecting mail, and making updates to his will. By the time Harold noticed, it was nearly too late. Cognitive scams, dementia scams, memory fraud, they don't need a mask. They need a moment of hesitation. Never confuse forgetfulness with helplessness. Your wisdom is still sharp, and your voice still matters. The science behind it and the soul that still shines. Let's bring science into the conversation. According to the Alzheimer's Association, nearly 1 in 9 Americans over 65 lives with some form of cognitive decline. But here's the good news. Your brain is still capable of growth and resilience. Neuroscientists call it neuroplasticity, your ability to form new connections, even later in life. That means hope is never lost. Your ability to resist mental manipulation, undue influence, and psychological abuse is not gone. It's just waiting to be strengthened. And do you know what strengthens it? Connection, purpose, meaningful relationships. Because loneliness doesn't just hurt your heart, it affects your brain. Feed your spirit with connection, and your mind will grow stronger in return. A story you won't forget, Ruth's fight. Let me introduce you to Ruth. She was 82, lived alone in a small town outside Des Moines. Sharp as ever, a retired piano teacher with a laugh like a summer breeze. After her husband passed, her nephew offered to help. bills, groceries, small errands. At first, it felt like support, but soon Ruth noticed her mail stopped arriving. Her bank account seemed lighter. Her voice ignored. Her story could have ended there, but it didn't. Ruth reached out to her church community. A friend connected her with an elder protection advocate. Her accounts were frozen. Investigations began. Her nephew faced legal action. But more than that, Ruth reclaimed her identity. That moment when she chose to speak up was the beginning of her comeback. Your first no can be your greatest act of self-respect. Don't whisper it. Shout it proudly if you must. What you can do right now. You're not powerless. In fact, you're more powerful now than ever before because now you're aware. And awareness changes everything. Here's what you can do today. Speak up. Your feelings are valid. If something feels wrong, trust that feeling. Gut instinct is wisdom in disguise. Stay connected, whether it's a phone call, a walking group, or Sunday lunch with neighbors. Don't isolate. Senior community is your armor. Review finances regularly. Work with a licensed advisor, not just family. Set boundaries. Elder financial safety is a right, not a favor. Watch for signs. Sudden changes in your will. Secrecy. Emotional pressure. If someone rushes you, ask, why the hurry? Guard your autonomy. Say no without guilt. Protect your time, your money, your voice. Small actions today are the locks on the doors of your future. Lock them tight, then rest easy. You are not a burden, you are a beacon. Let me say it louder. You are not a burden. You are not in the way. You are a lighthouse. Your light still shines for others to see. Weathered, yes, but unshaken. So many lonely seniors, so many elderly voices have been made to feel invisible. But your visibility is your power. You've guided families, communities, even nations. Now it's time to guide yourself with fierce compassion. Don't let aging fraud or social neglect write your ending. You're the author, and your pen still holds ink. Final thoughts. Take the first step, then take the next. So let's return to the question. Are you being manipulated without knowing it? Maybe, maybe not. But asking the question is already a radical act of self-respect. You now know the signs of senior scams, emotional abuse, elder neglect, cognitive manipulation, financial exploitation, and more importantly, you know your worth. You know what you deserve. Safety, respect, freedom, truth. Let me ask you this. When was the last time you stood up for yourself? Not because you were angry, but because you finally realized you were worth defending. That time can be now. Speak, connect, protect, believe. Because this life, this golden season, is not the end. It's the reveal. Before you go, let's stay here, still reading, still with me. Thank you. Truly. You are why this message matters. Now I ask you, what part of this story resonated with you? Have you seen manipulation in your life or in someone else's? Drop a comment below. Tell me what you've felt. Share what you've seen. Let's start the conversation that so many seniors are too afraid to have. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell. Your support fuels more messages like this, crafted for you, with you, and because of you. Because the more we shine the light, the fewer places darkness has to hide. You've spent a lifetime caring for others. Now it's your turn. Let's protect your spirit. Let's honor your voice. Let's build the legacy you truly deserve. If you find this video useful, don't forget to like and share its value with your friends and family so that more people can benefit from these helpful insights. We greatly appreciate your feedback and support. which motivate us to grow the channel and share more valuable knowledge. Thank you for being part of the Golden Horizon 74 community.